Welcome to Farm to Table with Amber. It's a beautiful spring morning, late April in northern Utah, and it's time to plant our berries. I planted about 100 berries yesterday and plan on doing at least 100 more today, and then maybe a few more the next day. But we've got some red raspberries, purple raspberries that are a cross between a red raspberry and a blackberry. And then I've got yellow raspberries, some black raspberries, and some are summer producing and some are ever bearing. So I'll tell you some of the names in a minute when I'm planting them. It's so fun to have a variety of colors at the farmer's market that we can share with everybody, and it's just beautiful on the table with all those different colors. So here we are getting the plants in the ground. Now they won't produce for a year or two, at least not very much. So we continue to get berries, of course, from my dad's farm. And so these will just kind of be fun to have here on our land. And when they start to produce, we can also take them to the market. So you want to, when you're planting raspberries, make sure you have some healthy canes. And I like to put them in a bucket of water before I plant them, just to kind of get them nice and wet. These are the beautiful purple canes of our Blackberry, which is the Chester brand, or the Chester variety. And these are hardy for northern Utah. Then I've got some Triple Crown blackberries, and those are delicious. They're my favorite blackberry, and they are hardy as well for this northern climate of Utah. And then I've got a black raspberry. It's Niwot, Niwot. And I think I spelled that right, but that is a delicious little black raspberry, and they make the gooeyest, yummiest jam. And then I have a yellow raspberry here that's called Anne, and I love the yellow raspberries, and people I think are pretty fascinated by yellow raspberries. So I'm going to get them in the ground today. Come along with me and I'll show you a few tips on how to plant them. So the varieties that I chose to plant are, for the red ones, Polka, which we love the size and the flavor. And then we have Encore that I said earlier. That's a summer berry. And Polka can be summer or everbearing, depending on how you cut the canes. And then we have another one down here called Crimson Night. That's another everbearing raspberry. Now I grew up with both Canby and Heritage, and I love both of them so much. Canby tends to disease quicker, and then it passes the disease to the rest of your berries. So you'll want to be careful if you're planting Canby to watch out for that. Another thing you're going to want with planting raspberries is to have a soil that is either rocky or sandy so that you have good drainage. And this is a sandy soil, so this will be really nice for the berries. Now, in planting our raspberries, I like to have this row of twine, or this line of baling twine. It's bright enough so you can see it all the way to the end. And it just kind of marks your space so that you can have a nice straight row. And these are the Encore raspberries, and they are our summer berries. They're nice and healthy canes. And I plant them anywhere between 2 and 3 feet apart. If you have a lot of canes, you can plant them a little bit closer together, but really 2 to 3 feet is ideal. And we did half the row there. The second half will be the yellow raspberries. And then of course I've done a few rows over here. Our asparagus is in the background. You can see it's starting to come up. You should go watch the video about when we burned the tops of the asparagus. And then we're putting in a big pumpkin patch there and some vegetables for the farmer's market. And then our orchard. So we're getting ready for the farmer's market. A lot of the stuff will take a few years to produce though. All right, let's get started. Okay, in planting Your blackberries, I suggest planting them between 5 and 6 feet between plants. And then the rows 8 to 10. And I have gone 10 feet, maybe a little over, so I can get my tiller down the 2 rows. So it just depends on how you want to weed everything. So I'm going to go 6 feet. So there's the first plant, and then I just simply walk it off. So about right here. And again, give or take 5 to 6 feet, and then you start your hole. And I'm just going to do this for the rest of the row. And again, I'm staying as close to this baling twine as I possibly can so that the row is straight. I really love doing this. It's a very fulfilling thing for me. I grew up growing berries and selling berries since I was like 14. So it's so super fun. Now I raised 5 kids, so my husband was the one who mainly did a lot of this outdoor stuff. I did a little bit, but he was kind of the guy. But I said, you know what? I want to plant this land this year, and I'll probably be doing most of it. But again, super fun. And my youngest will probably be helping out. It's a good summer job for him to learn how to do all of this and to take it to the farmer's market. Right now, they're in school. So, all right. Looks like I have 11 spots for those blackberries. So I'm going to get them in the ground. So these have been in a bucket of water, ready to be planted. And I'm just going to put 1 in each hole and then put them in. Planting berries is actually really easy. And these are the Triple Crown. All right, so then just simply get a hole big enough for that root system to fit into. And get that beauty in the ground. Okay, there you go. There are 2 canes on that one, but they were sharing the root, so I just kept them on there. And tamp it down a little bit. All right, so we got our first one planted. I'll go to the second one. Okay, really simple and easy. See how fast that comes together? You have to have hardy berries for this northern climate, and sometimes we lose them. But my motto is, you'll never have it if you don't try. So just like my dad with his blueberries, he had to change the pH of the soil. You certainly can't have them if you don't try. And yeah, it's kind of miraculous that he can grow blueberries on a large scale in northern Utah. Planting your own stuff is very satisfying. It's nice to know where your food comes from. Okay, I just planted my last one of the blackberries for this row. I'm going to do another one. And again, 5 to 6 feet apart. And then when I do the raspberries, the yellow ones and the black raspberries, they'll be a little bit closer together like the reds. So hopefully you've learned something today and you can go out and plant your own raspberries. So thanks for joining me, Farm to Table with Amber, where you can grow, cook, and eat together. Have a great day.